Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Syed Mahmood. Can you tell me your full name, please?
My name is.
Thank you. Can you tell me where you're from?
I'm from Hyderabad. It's situated in the southern part of India and is the capital city of Telangana.
At this point, the examiner would usually ask for a form of identification, but in this case, obviously, that doesn't apply. So we are moving on. In this first part, I'd like to ask you a few questions about yourself and your surroundings.
Okay, sir.
Let's talk about your hometown. What kind of place is it?
It is actually a historical place over in India, and my city is famous for the history of India because it consists of large monuments and historical places like we have Charminar and Golconda Fort. It is all the places like the places of history which were built during the time of 15th century,
What's the
like
most
15th.
interesting part of your city?
Um, my city is famous for tourism, and many people. City is famous for tourism all over in India, and my city got the rank for the famous tourism number one in 2015.
What do young people do for entertainment in your city?
In my city, there are many different film cities over here, and my city is having a Tollywood flavor, like Bollywood, Hollywood. So my city is having a Tollywood flavor. Over here, all the shootings of Tollywood and Bollywood also comes over here, and my city is having a large craze of cricket and video, and this all stuff goes on.
What is the worst thing about living in your city?
Pollution, I'm called pollution is the worst thing which we face now because of the construction. So my city is being renovated from last 4 to 5 years, and mm, metro train is going to build up. So my city is facing a lot of problem due to pollution, and many people are facing diseases due to this.
Now,
So this
let's
is the
talk
worst
about
thing.
something else. Let's talk
Okay,
about tourism in your country.
okay, sir.
What should a tourist see or do in your country?
In my country is very famous for tourism because it is usually called to be an ancient country because my country is called to be a subcontinental because there are many religious people over here, so there were different dynasties of Muslims and Hindus and the churches of Christians also. So this is how my country famous for, and there are many different monuments, and this seventh wonder of the world comes in my country only. That is Taj Mahal, which was built by Mumtaz, which was built in the love of
Is
Mumtaz.
there any traditional food that you would recommend to the tourists?
Yes, sir. I would recommend the people or whoever comes to Hyderabad or in India, I recommend the people to have Mughlai food because that's the most famous food and most delicious food which people love by eating that.
Okay, tell me about the kind of visitors who come to your country.
Excuse me?
Tell me about the kind of visitors who come to your country.
My Many people come over my country, like people coming throughout the world for exploring the things also for fun, and people who want to gain knowledge about something like my country. In my city only, there are many different places like State Central Library is the main place where the people come for gaining knowledge because the books which are having in my State Central Library, it isn't there anywhere in the world. Like some days ago only, a person from Iran came for the history, for getting the knowledge about history in Farsi. It's called French. So he came over here, and he said that the books which are having in your library aren't there anywhere in the world. My country is famous for many things.
Now, let's talk about being on time for appointments. Is being late acceptable in your culture?
Sir, in my country, being late is acceptable. I don't know about the whole country, but I know about the city. My city is famous for being late. Especially my city is famous for being late, and many times we face problems due for being late because many times we disappoint the people who are waiting. We don't even inform them to,
Are you ever late for appointments?
yeah, in the appointments many a times. The present time also.
What type of excuses do you think are alright for being late?
I always use lame excuses for being. Well, I watch on the lectures. I don't be late. I get late.
How do you feel when someone else is late for an appointment with you?
I feel too bad because we just wait for the person and we give the appointment to the person and we stop all our works because of that person for meeting with them. So it will be a very difficult task because overcoming that person again. So it is too difficult for a person and the person will feel very bad if you are being late in the schedule because the belief which you do on the person will go off again next time because of being late only.
Now, I'm going to give you a topic. I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay.
Before you talk, you will have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. You should have pen and paper with you by now, so you can make notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. At this point, usually the examiner would give you a cue card, but here I'm just sending it over in the message. Just give me a sec. Have you received it?
Yes.
Okay, your 1 minute starts now. Alright, remember you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll tell you when the time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay. I attended a wedding ceremony in Hyderabad only, and it was of my cousin, which was held a bit far, 25 kilometers from my home, and I went with the family, whole family, and with my grand family also. So it was a lot of fun in that wedding because we were all a joint family over there, and it was my cousin's marriage. The most appropriate reason was my cousin's marriage, and many activities took place over there, like orchestra and like orchestra and traditional bands like the Arabic musics and all were going on, and many activities took place. Like we used to dance in front of the groom and what types of food. And there was many different species. Continental foods were there, and we had a lot of fun by having food. I don't take the wedding part in which the food which I don't like. I almost like every food which I get in the wedding. So I like having lots of chicken. I don't like mutton in the wedding part because I like having chickens because it's have different flavors in it, especially in Hyderabad. When it comes to Hyderabad, there you'll find many different types of dishes in chicken, and non-veg dishes are most famous in my country. So in every wedding over in Hyderabad, we have different kinds of dishes and foods, like different continental foods, also European and different foods where we get here over here. And in the wedding which I visited with my cousin was a bit different because he came from America, so it was a bit different from a state wedding.
Thank you. Now, we have been talking about weddings. I'd like to discuss some more general questions relating to this. Do you think marriages are important for the society?
Yes, marriages are important for the society because nowadays the quantity of females are growing up in large amount than males when comparing to males. So many of the females are being in home only. Because of that, they are facing lots of problems. Especially the parents, the mother and the father, they are more stressed because of the daughter to get married with anyone. So the quantity of the females are increasing, and according to a spiritual of my religion, the accepted rule for the person to get married are four nikah. A person can do four nikah, and a person can perform four nikah in
Okay.
religion Islam.
We have seen an increase in marriages ending in divorces in many countries. Why do you think that is?
Because of the mutual understanding, sir. The main reason is the mutual understanding. The husband and wife don't understand the situations in a proper way, and the wife get hyper sometimes, and sometimes the husband get hyper. So the most appropriate reason, the most valuable reason is the angriness. A person has to cooperate with everyone. Like if a person if a husband gets angry on the wife has to cooperate with them. So this is not
Okay.
the problem for me.
What roles do men and women typically play in families in your country?
We'll say, excuse me, I didn't understand.
What roles
Mhm.
do men and women typically play in families in your country?
No, many roles have been played in my country. Like I didn't understand the question properly, sir.
What part of the lives do men and women take care of in families in your country?
I say in my city, women are not allowed to do job in my city, most probably. In other cities, living to Hyderabad, women also do a job in large number of women do job in other states when comparing to Hyderabad. And Hyderabad is the most popular city for taking care of the women, the social works. Women
Okay.
don't do job over here.
How different is life in your generation from the lives of your parents or grandparents?
How do?
How different is life
Mhm.
in your generation from the lives of your parents or grandparents?
So it's two different because when I usually see at my younger age, when I was 8 to 10, the atmosphere was totally different, and today is totally different when compared to the last times, because there are many changes in the behavior of the kids with the parents, and it's too difficult for the parents to take care of their children because the children are overwhelming these days. They are not respecting, and many stuffs are going on these days because of watching TVs and televisions, and because their social networking also. Social networking is the main problem to which the guys of my age are having more problems with the parents also.
Thank you. That is the end of your speaking test.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I'll send you a message. I'll let you know how you performed.